Now if you're going to bring your own, you click on that, then you will able to see the one we created called My Arcade. And I also put it in the arcade folder as well. So we just go over here and press A, and there's that box art for the arcade. And then if you go to arcade, you should also right there. So you could actually play from here as well, and or you could play from CoinOps. So it worked the same way. So now we're gonna switch it to CoinOps and see if the video is fixed. Okay, the video, it worked. The one that I just download. This one I download the 360p instead of 480p. So seems like it's better and it runs just fine. As you can see, the video it's not bad. And the game work over here. So we're gonna test it on. We're gonna go see if we can find it in arcade. And it took the background that we have downloaded with the lady and stuff like that. So it took the background, and there's the mark here, and there's the video, and this is the, they call this the logo, LOGO, and then this is the cover. And yeah, so the video is good on this side as well. This game is added, originally didn't have it, and the game plays just fine. All right. So it's loading. Press A. So looking good. All right, I will include this video on the zip so you don't have to go back and redo this. So I will undo the zip file and put it down in the description, and you could get it, and then you could try this on your own. All right, good luck. Later. Hi, this is Johnny. This video is made for dedicate this video for YouTube viewer was asking me how do you add a game to Atgame for CoinOpsX, and it's for arcade. So first you go ahead and download it, and you could extract here, and then you will have this other two zip file. You want to go ahead and extract here, and it will create a batch folder. In the batch folder, you have to fill in all the blank stuff. Now it also includes all the ROM, so you don't have to unzip this one. Unzip this one. This one is all the core updated ROM, but you don't really need it. So this is the only thing you need. So you need to go get the ROM, and you have to put everything in here. And this is a Excel file that they recommend you use to do this. So it's very self-explainable. I mean, pretty easy. You just have to find which MAME that you want to use. The one that he's looking for, I'm going to try to use the one for 2010 MAME. Okay, and the tool to run this, you have to have the correct tool. Let's go ahead and download this one. I believe this one is just yeah, all the emulator. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and provide you the tool to run this one, because this one, it just have the folder and the Excel file to help you do the work, but I don't believe it have the tool. So let me go back out and get the tool and put in here, so you will also have the tool. Atgame. Okay, this is my add-on by Johnny Lou, and we need the tool to do this. So let me get the tool. This is an add-on tool. You need that. And there's another one you need. So let me move those over there so we could get it started. Okay, this is the two of the tool you need. This is the one that you have to use your USB you have to plug the USB into your computer, and you have to run this one last time. But you have to install this one, okay? And once you install it, you will have an icon right here that you could, this will be the last step that you do, where you just choose the USB drive and then run this. This will take at least 30 to 1 hour to run this, okay? Every time you add anything new, artwork, anything, you have to run this. Even one file, two file, you have to run this. Okay, this is the last things you do on this one. And this one, you get it from Atgame website, but it's also going to include it here. So you could unzip it. It's already unzipped. You just run this install, and it will install on your computer. Okay. And then this one, it doesn't have an install program, but this is the one that will help you create the box art, the Bezel art, the emulation core that you have to pick, and the ROM. All right. So you have to keep everything in the correct format, meaning that you cannot change the name of this. You have to keep everything exactly right here. Okay. So we are going to do all that step on this video on one game, okay? And the game the person requests, we're gonna go ahead and look for the ROM, look for the box art, look for every single thing. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. Let's start with the ROM. Okay, you will have to go to Telegram. Telegram is a program that allow me to chat with you and send you videos, send you a link without, it's almost like a Discord. But Discord are limited with that ability. I mean, you only if you're chatting with them one-on-one, you could do those kind of stuff. But if you are chatting with a group, they are restricted that you cannot share any link or any program in the public share chat program. So this is a chat program that I use on my YouTube channel. And some people will come in and stay as a member, and some people will just get out. It doesn't matter to me if you stay on or get out. It doesn't matter. As long as you subscribe in YouTube, you will get notified with all the new stuff that's added. Anytime you want to see something that you cannot find, just click on top, and it will take you to one by one, any kind of a link. If you look at it, okay, this is not the one I'm looking for, you click on again, and so on, so on. And then you get to see the chat people request. Well, the reason I'm here because I want to make sure that I'm getting the right program for this person. Okay, this person won the game called Rush and Attack. Okay, that is the game. That is the name of the game. Okay, so I'm gonna create a notepad so I will remember that is the title of the game. So it's good to keep track of what kind of game that because you have to give it a description. You need to have a title. Now I've already found it, so I gave him the link, and this is the link. So you just double click the link, which is going to take me to the website, and they want this game. Now this game, we have to go find a lot of stuff. We have to find the video snap. Now if you only want to put it on the CoinOps, not CoinOpsX track mode, you just want to put on Atgame, you don't need any of these things. You just need this USE file that we are going to compile it. So we're going to download this. This site is pretty cool. It also gives you the years where this one was created. So when I was creating the game, sometimes it asked me for those things. So I'm gonna go put in the Atgame tool that I just created, and I will be zipping this up so that way you guys will have that. So we're gonna go to the build. First thing we're gonna get is the ROM, and this is the ROM name that we're going to have. So we're going to copy the name, we're going to save it, and we're going to put the ROM name here so we know this is the ROM, and that is the physical name of the game. Okay, so we got the ROM. Now this one is using 0.139 you won. So what's that mean? So I have a little cheat note because I don't remember what everything stands for. This version is using the one with the U1 right here. Let me make sure I put the right name. U1 is using 2010. Okay, so if you don't know anything that had this thing or this information, this one is using May 2010. So that ROM that we're going to test, we're going to use 2010. That's how you know. So this is a good information to have, and I will try to remember to put that in the description because you need that in order to know which ROM, which chord to use in the virtual art. Okay, so those are all the good information to have, and I always save it on my desktop in case I need to know what ROM, what chords I need. All right, so we download that, so we could close that one out. The next thing we're gonna look for is, let's go down the list. Got the ROM, we got the name of the description, so we will need that later on. Okay, and let's go back out, back to my M drive, Atgame CoinOpsX. All right, so we're in the batch file, we got the ROM. Next thing we need is, let's start from the top. So we need the Bezel. The default Bezel for arcade is all listed here. Okay, so if this is an arcade game and you want to put it in arcade folder, you need to you need to find an arcade, which is this is the main Bezel and stuff like that. So you have to find a Bezel for that, or you have to make one. So we are not going to make one. I don't want to make one. All right. So this one need a regular 2D box art. It does not require a 3D box art. So in order to find the correct box art, we have to have the physical name, which is this one. It doesn't have to be USA. You just put that and then put 2D box art. It's very time consuming. Even though I'm doing just one game, this video will take up to and almost more than a 30-minute just to get that. I'm going to use a Firefox because apparently this one is for some reason it is running slow. All right, so I'm using Firefox, but I'm using Google search engine, and I'm looking for a 2D box art. Okay, so I'm going to do image. Now it's going to find me a box art, and I just need to find one that is arcade version, because right now it's giving me NES version. So I want to type in arcade. Okay, still give me some NES version, and we want the arcade version. So here's an arcade, but I don't know why it looked like that. It's an arcade box art. So I wanted the arcade box art. And I guess that's pretty decent enough artwork. Oh, and here's the 3D box art. So you have a choice. You could use a 3D, but I don't recommend using 3D. I'm gonna save it just for heck of it, because I like to keep the 3D box art for future use. So, and you want to keep the name the same as the ROM. You don't want to keep the name as this. It will not work. You have to keep it with the ROM name. Otherwise, you won't find the box art. So you need to change that to the same name as the ROM. And we are going to go to M drive, and we're going to go batch. We're going to the box art. Okay. Now this is a 3D box art, so I'm just going to keep this for my own reference. In the future, if I want to add this game to my other arcade game, I have the box art. But the one I want is just a normal 3D box art, which this one looks exactly the same as this one. Okay, so I'm going to use this one as a 2D box art, save, and I'm going to save in the same name. Okay, and I'm going to get rid of the 3D. Like I say, the name have to be the same as the ROM. The other one, it will not use because it's not the same name. This is the same name as the ROM right here on the top. See that? Same name, okay? So you want to keep it the same name. So save that. The other one is just take up space, doesn't do nothing. I'm just keeping it just for, and let's refresh the screen. There you go, there's two box art. All right, if you want to view it larger, that's what it looks like. Okay, so now we got the box art. We don't have the bezel yet. We are going to use the, this is only if you want to use it for code, you want to use it in the track mode, in a CoinOpsX. So you will have to find everything related to this. The emulator, we are going to delete everything, and only one we're going to use is 2010, this one. And the rest of them we don't need. Okay, but it doesn't hurt. You could just leave it there. Doesn't do nothing. It won't harm anything. And the package is what you're going to save it to. You're going to save it to here. Okay, so we need to go to get Bezel, and we need to get the COX. All right. So COX require cover, logo, marquee, playlist, so on and so on. Okay, so we need to get all this. So the cover, you need to pick a cover. So you're gonna say okay, and we want a wallpaper. You want at least like 192 pixel, so give you the best high quality of artwork. And you want to get it pretty big artwork, not just a little. Now this one, well, this is I don't think this is for this game. This is a little bit different. This one is more like and here is the marquee, and it does have a transparency, meaning that you could see right through it. So that would be a great one for going to COR. It's going to be the wheel. They don't call it the wheel, they call it the logo. Okay, and you want this to be same name. Save that. So that's the wheel that spin around. Now you want to get a marquee. This will be the marquee that you could save. So we're going to put that. You could keep it the same, but I prefer to be different, to have the same. Okay, it's going to copy the PNG. We need that quite a bit. Okay, PNG is all the format you want. So this is the marquee. So we got the marquee, we got the wheel, we need the cover. We need to find something that is related to, you know, a big little thing. And this one, I don't know. I mean, it will work, but it's not the best one I'm looking for. I want something a little bit more nice and going weird, like a weird looking pictures. So you want to have the 3000. I mean, this one will work too. To me remind me more of the different game, like a what's that? Contract. This look more like a contract game instead of the blazing. I mean, there is a lot. See, there's a lot. Game is very similar. We could use this one, or we could use this one, but I don't think this is more like a robot type. Either way, let's go ahead and use this one. All right. So we need to have a cover, and that cover have to be the same name. PNG, save it. All right, so let's see what else we need. We got that, we need a playlist. Now, the playlist art is the one is a arcade. You don't need to put anything there because you are going to add it to the arcade. So you don't need to change anything. But if you want to create a brand new console, like my favorite game, then you need to put a special, special icon. Like for example, let's just say if you don't have an arcade, then you need to put an arcade logo. Okay. And then you could pick any of this to represent the arcade. That's pretty much it. You can use the arcade classic. You could use anything here, and when you do copy it, if you do put it in there, it's going to change the main one. Okay, the main one, I don't know what it looked like. You could even use this one. Okay, and this one is not transparency, so you will see a white background. So if you want a transparency, you need to have one that when you click on it, you see a lot of dot. This one is not either. So this one is. Okay, so if you wanted to use that as your main arcade, you have to name this the same as you will for the folder. Okay, so if you're going to copy to a USB and you're going to call this the folder arcade, then you need to name that. So let's go ahead and do it just for fun. Let's just create one by itself. Let's go to arcade, and we're going to call this my arcade. Okay, and we are going to call it PNG. So when you copy it to a USB, you need to name it called my arcade, and then you're going to put everything, your USC, everything into a folder called my arcade. Then this one will show up. So that's the my arcade list. Now your game have to be called, the game list have to be also called my arcade. So we're going to go to game list, and this one text file, you will have to call it exactly the same name as the picture, called my arcade. Inside your my arcade is the game that you added. What game you want to add? The one I want to add is called the rush and attack. Okay, so in here I'm going to put rush and attack. Now you might say, well, Johnny, that name does not match with the ROM, and you are correct. So there's something we have to do to make that work. Okay, I'm not sure the symbol would be a problem or not. I don't remember. So instead of taking the chance of using the dash, I change it to A and D. Okay. All right. So I'm only adding one game. So we're going to save that. That's inside my arcade. Now you need a video. Okay. So the video had to be the same name as this. So we're going to go ahead and copy that name. So we're going to go to YouTube channel and look for the video, a short introduction video of the game. So we're gonna type this game in here, copy it, paste it. We're gonna type in the arcade version 1, and I want to do the intro video. All right, and I wanted the high definition. I want to do the 1080 pixel because this is for, I don't know. No, don't do 1080 because this is a CoinOps. CoinOps, I'm not sure it will take 1080. It might have issue. Just take whatever you find. That'll be fine. And try to use about 3 minute, 4 minute type of video. Like this one is only 1 minute. That is great. This one is 1 minute and 59 seconds. A little bit better. This one is 3 minutes, but this is a little bit different. I think this is I don't know what kind of game is this one. This one is probably some kind of PC game. A new updated version. Alright, so this is the one for introduction, video game, music, remix. You got a little bit of remix. Let's try this one and see what this one looks like.
Hey guys, I want you to check out this game called Galahad 3093. Galahad 3093.
Alright, so this video looked pretty good. some reason I can't hear no sound. I don't know why. Some reason do not have sound. That's not good. Alright, I'm gonna use this one. It's a 6 minute long, but hey, it's not too bad. Alright, so let's go ahead and grab that. Now, the way you grab this, you have to Google search. And when I found two, this one I think is the best one. And I keep it on my desktop. So anytime if I need it, I just click on it and it will open something somewhere. Alright, let's double click again. Alright, so open this. I open two of them. Okay. So what I do is I just go ahead and paste it. It will do commercial. So you want to close the commercial right away. So I'm converting it to a 10 by 80. Now with the CoinOps, you don't want to do it this high. I think 480 is just fine for this one. Okay, because it might not work because the graphic is too high. So you want to use the 480 for Raspberry Pi. For any non-PC game, you want to use the 480. Okay, because if the graphic is too high, it's not going to work. All right, so we're going to keep it the same name as that, which is this name, and you want to put it into COC video. So in here, you want to change that to MP4. So Mary Peter number 4, MP4 media. I don't know, MP4. Don't know what it stands for. All right, let's go ahead and save that. Okay, now see how this thing pop up. Close it right away.
Important security message. Your computer has been locked up. Your IP address was used. Please do not attempt to shut down or restart your computer. Doing that may lead to data loss and identity theft. The computer lock is aimed to stop illegal activity. Please call our support immediately. Important security message. Your computer has been locked up.
So you gotta open your task manager and close this stupid doggone thing. Alright? And that's why it's very scary. Whenever you're doing this, right away close it. I didn't get a chance to close it, so that's why I got that crazy virus thing. So yeah, that's just demonstrating that how dangerous it is. Now, if you wanted to have free download, you could subscribe to YouTube and get free download. That's easy as that. Okay. So yeah, play it safe. I'm not gonna give you that link because I don't want to get in trouble with your stuff getting the same kind of problem I'm getting. So it's best to close all your browser because right now the browser is giving me problem because of that crazy stuff. So close all your browser and then we open it. See if you have any kind of problem. If you do, try to fix it, delete it, or whatever. Do not restore because that is going to bring back that crazy stuff again. So mine is good. I don't have to call anybody to fix it. So you got the video. Now we need is, so we got cover, logo, marquee, playlist, okay, and video. So those are only work when you transfer into CoinOps. All right, so now we need the Bezel. We don't have a Bezel, so we're going to use the default Bezel. Let's see if we could find a Bezel. Let's see if we could go and find a Bezel for that. If we don't, we either have to create one or just, so give me a second. All right, I was lucky. I found one. So the way I found it, I just type in the physical name and then Bezel, and behold, it's there. So we're going to click on it and we are going to save this Bezel. These are transparency, so this is good, beautiful. I don't have to go very far to look for it. I wanted to keep it the same name, so let's go to build, go to box art, keep it the same name, so I don't have to retype it. I just click on it, go back to Bezel, and then save it here. That's it. Save. All right. So I'm done with this one. So I think I'm pretty much finished with everything. I got the Bezel, got the box art, got the ROM, And I don't need this because I'm only using one program. I'm only using one game. So if you're doing one single one, it's very easy. Just run the program. So the first program we want to do is this one, 2.24. Okay. So we're going to run the program. It's going to ask you what name you want to call it. Okay. The name you want to call it is this. I'm going to call it the physical name. I don't think I need the USAs. Okay. The box art. We're going to look for the box art, which is going to be inside the Bezel folder. So we're going to go to my M drive, Atgame, batch build. This is where I store my file at. Okay, the root of the directory. You don't have to put it in the root directory. I just create another folder, so when I zip it up, I could just find it easier. All right, so I need the box art. So I'll go click on the box art. I'm going to choose the 2D box art. I don't want a 3D because Atgame, the box art, it tried to make it square and it doesn't do transparency very well. So choose this one is better. Okay. All right, so the box art is too big. I remember I had to scale this down and I forgot what size. So it do not like the bezel being, the box art being that big. So what we need to do is resize it, and let me go back to my old add-on game by Johnny, and let me see what size did I use. Now I know a lot of people say, oh, it doesn't matter what size, it will work. But yeah, in a way it will, but I wanted to see what it looked like, beforehand. So the box art that they're using is 232 by 305. Okay, we'll write that down. 232 by 305. Why did I put it right in the middle? Try to make it bigger so you can see. Zoom in is Control plus. Okay. All right. So I'm going to choose a size with the same box art as this one, which is 3.2 again. 232 by 305. Okay. So I'm going, and then let me see what size is the bezel. The bezel is 1280 by 720. 1280 by 720, and that is the bezel size. And this is the box art. Okay, now I have some information. All right, so we could go back to the original build Atgame, CoinOpsX, and we're going to go to the box art. Now, since this is a 2D, you don't want to do 3D like that. You have to run a program so that the transparency stays the same. I'm just going to go ahead and change this using the paintbrush that comes with the window, and then just go to resize it to 232. Okay, and this part I'm not going to touch it. Just going to leave it the way it is because it automatically matches the width and the height. So just do it like that, and then just save it. Want me to save it. Change the BMD. Going back to M drive. Computer is so slow. Okay, what I did is I renamed the one that is real big. My biggest mistake in the past is whenever I make something small and I forgot to keep another copy. So when I go back, I'm like, okay, where's my original big size? Because when you take a smaller size picture and make it big, it looks blurry. It doesn't look clear. It doesn't look clear. It look blurry. So you want to keep the original copy, which is this one is a 640 by 900, the size. And I changed, so this is a smaller size. So I just save that one. Yes. Say transparency will be lost. I don't have any transparency, so I don't need to worry about that. Just click OK. Or maybe right here, maybe over here is supposed to be transparency, clear. But doesn't matter. Close that. Alright, so that one is done. So I need to go back and go to the box art, choose this, and now it should show the box art. Yay, the box art. Now we're gonna go get the bezel. So choose the bezel, go back out, choose the bezel. This is the bezel I'm using. Hopefully it will take it. I don't have to change the size. Let's see what happened. No, it's too big. It's a invalid format. Please make sure the artwork is scaled to 1280 by 720. Okay, so I wrote that down right there. That's the size of the bezel you need. Now, I recommend to have a special program. You could either have one, close that. You could either have a GIP program, or you could have this DOS program that I have, and it allow me to change the size. So let's go ahead and go to the location of the box art, copy it, go to DOS prompt, go to M drive. I use this program all the time to change my size of box art. And in the parenthesis, no, I don't remember. Parenthesis I want is a 120. So look over here, 1280 right here. This is the one. So this is a bezel for the CoinOps. See, I even have it right here listed. And keep track of it so I don't forget. And I just do right click and it will show up, but I want to do just one file. I don't want to change everything. I just want to change this one. Not this one, not this one, but this one. So I'm going to copy the name and just do right click and then put in the .png. Okay. Then I'm going to, oh, no, I don't want to go to box art. Sorry. That's not what I want. I want to go to the bezel. So change to BEZELART. Almost made a boo-boo. Almost made a mistake. Okay, so I have to copy that again. Control Alt Tab. Take it back here. Copy that. Control right click and it will change the controller. Change that to the artwork name, which is this one. Copy, and the one we're doing is not the box art. We're doing this one. This one is way too big. It is 1920. Okay, so I'm gonna take that and do copy and paste. So I have another copy of it. So I don't mess up the original. Wow, that's taking a while. All right, I just copied the name. Come down here, do right click, and there is the file that I want to change the size. Okay, so press enter and it will. Now this program that I'm using, up here on the top, it tells you where to go get it and how to download it, how to install it. Okay, that's the Microsoft thing. So up here, you have to run this, install the program. Then once you install it, then you keep this file, and then you can do all this stuff. All right, close that. Okay, so the artwork is done. Let's go ahead and look at it. Where is the program again? All right, let's go back and browse the bezel. Okay. I clicked it too many times. All right, this is the one that just changed the size. See, the bezel went in there beautifully. Perfect. Now the code that I was telling you to use. The code we're going to use is in the code called emulator. We are going to pick 2010. That's the one that we download. That's what the system say. All right, so that's the code that we're going to use. Now the ROM. We need to get the physical ROM. So the physical ROM is going to call right here, ROM. And then you have to change that bin, click on the pull down bar and choose all file or whatever, doesn't matter. And choose that, click open, and that's it. Okay, now since I'm using a single package, if you're using multi-package, you have to use the Excel file. I have a video about that. This is just a single one, just in case that you guys miss it. Because my video is so long, a lot of time people just skip everything and they're like, how you do that, Johnny? Didn't you not watch the video? What video? And then I don't remember which video, so I'm doing another one. Okay, so this video is covering how to do a single build. So we're just going to click on build. It's going to ask you where you want to put it. I'm going to put it into the package. That's where it's supposed to be. And I don't like the one called add-on. So I'm going to get rid of the name add-on in front of it. I just want to keep it simple name. And then keep everything else. So we're going to save it. All right. So then you have to go get the USB flash drive. And then you have to run the last step to make it happen. Then you plug it into your system. And hopefully that should work. All right, it's ready. So let me go get my USB flash drive. Since I haven't done this for a long time, I'm hoping that this will work. So we click OK. And I'm not sure about the cover because I used a different name for the cover. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know that I need to rename this. All right, let me go check something. Let me go get my USB. I'll be right back. Okay, I believe I did something wrong because I want to change the name. Okay, I want to change it to look like this, but I have to keep the same ROM name as this. Okay, so and then once I'm ready to copy it over to work with the CoinOps, then I could change the physical name. So when I do build, I cannot use this name. I have to use this name. Okay, and once this is built, then we could physically rename it to match the same name as the playlist. So let's go ahead and save that. Okay, I don't know, because normally when you build it one time, you cannot do it a second time without do the whole thing over. But we're gonna go ahead and try it. Okay, so now this is done, so we could close this out. Okay, now you're ready to copy all this folder. Not all this folder, sorry. You copy this one and this one into your USB. So right now, before we do, we want to go into the playlist and we want to go ahead and rename this one to, well, you will have to name it whatever name you call the other one. So if you call this one and you put the word RK on it, like this, then you have to also rename everything the same name as this one. So if you put apostrophe N like that, then you need to name all this just the same name. So we're going to go ahead and do that. I'll show you what I mean. So when you save that in the Atlas, you also have to go in and change all the physical name to look like that. Okay, just on COX. Okay, not the just the COS. So you go to Marquia, I change the Marquia, the same name. And the playlist is myRK. And playlist, we already did it. And the video, we need to change that to the same thing. And then here, this is what you're going to copy to USB. And then over here, the package, you're going to copy this to USB. And that need to be the same name as the one we have called RK. Okay, so this one have to match with everything inside here. Okay, otherwise the name you called it will not find the artwork, we won't find any of this thing. All right, let me go and transfer it to USB. Okay, so here's the one we did, and here is my USB. Okay, so my USB this is the root of the USB. Okay, it's G drive, and I need to create a new folder called RK. So I'm going to go new folder, and we are going to call it the same name we call this one right here, the artwork, called myRK. Okay. Now, if you want to put it inside the RK folder like this one, then you don't need to do this. Okay. But if you're going to put it into your own folder, which we just created right here, then we're just going to call myRK. Going to put that here. All right. And I think it's best to use a different picture, because that picture, it might be exactly the same picture as the other one. So let's call this RK logo again, and find a little bit different, because otherwise it's going to be very similar to the one over there. Let's use this one. I'm gonna go back to build COC. I'm going to go to RK list, and we're going to choose all, and we're going to replace the picture to that one. Yes. Okay, so we're going to use this picture instead. All right. Okay, so now we have my RK. In here, you are going to put only one file, which is the called package. So you're going to go to package, and this is the one that we just created. So we're going to copy that over there. Okay. So your artwork all going to have the word RK behind it. All right. So you're going to take this. You're going to take, we already copied the one over. So only thing we need is the COX. So you're going to copy the COX. Okay. You make this a little bit longer. So we're not going to my RK folder. We only have one game there. That's just for the demo purpose. If it works, if you want to put with the rest of the RK, only thing you have to do is just copy that. And then we're going to go to COX. Okay, in here, the folder is exactly the same. See, Bezel, cover. We don't have a customer picture. We didn't create one. We have local, Marquia, playlist, and all those nice and goody stuff. Now, if you're going to put that in RK, then you need to look for the word RK right here, and then you need to edit the file. Oop. Not that one. That's just a picture. Sorry. Wrong one. Playlist. In the playlist, you need to open up the RK, and then you're going to put in that attack. Do they even have that game here? Attack ATT. No, they don't have it. So you could just add it to here if you want to. All right. Let's do that anyway. Let's go ahead and add that into here. So you will see in both places. It doesn't hurt anything. You could put this name anywhere you want. So we're gonna put it in here with this one RK and put it in alphabet order. ATT attack. ATTC. All right, put it right here. Okay. Oh, this is the R. Nah, no wonder I don't see it. Cut. So it's the R. Rush. Russian attack thing. I hope the one he asked me is not here. That would be like doing double work if it's already here already. Nope, it's not here. Rush attack. RUS. So I put it. So right here. Okay. So in alphabet order. And we're gonna go ahead and save that as well. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and copy all this that we just download. Copy. And we're going to go ahead and paste it into this folder, the CoX folder. Okay. Either way, you could just copy all this, or you could just copy the single one called CoX and go back out to the root of your G drive and then just paste it right here, the CoX. Either way, you could do it either way. You could copy this whole thing CoX and paste it to the C on the root directory CoX, and that's all you gotta do. Then we run one more program and then we are done. Now this one is going to take a long time to run, so just remember the dry letter is G, and we are going to go back to the tool, which is 1.0.19, and we're going to run this program. Now I already installed it, so I don't think it's going to, yeah, it's going to ask, you think that I haven't installed it yet. So I'm going to cancel. You just need to install it. Once you finish, it's going to create this one right here, a shortcut. Okay, this is the program, 1.0.19. Choose your drive, which is G. Mine is G, CoinOpsX 5, version 5. Click OK. You need to have that already preloaded and partitioned correctly. If you haven't know how to do that, please watch the video one that I have done in YouTube channel. Okay, and then you could do add-on, because if you don't, then it's not going to work. You have to partition two different type of partition in order to get this working. All right, so we're adding the game inside the arcade, and we are creating another program so we could find it easier called My Arcade, and that one it have just one file. Okay, and you might say, well, if your file is here, will arcade find it? Over here, I might not able to find it. I should have copied into here too. You might not able to find the program. So you might have to copy that file in here as well in order for it to recognize it. But we have it on playlist. We could try, see what happens. I think you probably do need to put it in here in order for it to work. All right, so this will take a long time. So when it finishes, then we could test it. Okay, we're gonna fix the video. I download this one. It's only a 360 video. It's a almost 2-minute video. This one, when I download it, it's only a 360. It wasn't 480. So let's see if this will work. So I download this one. I use the 360 instead. So right here, I download this one, the 360. Now this one did not pop up with the 360, didn't give me any commercial thing, so that was good. I download this one instead, and so to make this happen, you just copy this video, and then you go to CoX. This is the root, the G drive, the root of your USB. Go to CoX, and then go to your video, and then just copy this directly over. Paste it, and just replace it. Okay. And normally that's all you have to do. Now, if you wanted to add the My Arcade into Arcade, you will need to go to My Arcade, copy this file CUE, copy that, and then put it into our K folder with all the CUE file, and then paste that. Now, by doing this, you will have to run the program in order for this to work. So we will have to do that one more time. So close that out. And we have to run this program again. So we're going to close that out and then run the last step. And we're going to choose the G drive, which is my USB drive, and I name it CoinOpsX file, so that way easy for me to find it. And there's the G drive, so I need to just click build, and we're gonna let it run, and it's gonna do the whole thing again. And this one do not have everything built in. This one have just the original stuff that come with the CoinOps version 5. So this one doesn't take that long. Now, if I use the one that have everything in it, that one will take a long time to add just one file. So we're gonna let it run, and once it finishes, it should be all good to go. Okay, the add-on was completed. The last thing was added was this one. And so we go ahead and test this.